Hey, listen, John.
I thought perhaps you could read a couple of, your writings there.
I certainly will, Murray. Hold on. Here. This one's called I Sat Be Lonely, right. I sat be lonely down a tree, humbled, fat and small. A little lady sing to me, I couldn't see at all. I'm looking up and at the sky to find such wondrous voice. Puzzle, puzzle, wonder why I hear but have no choice. Speak up, come forth, you ravel me, I potty menthol shout. I know you're hiddy by this tree, but still she won't come out. Such softly singing lulled me sleep an hour or two or so. I waked me slow and took a peep, and still no lady show. Then suddy on a little twig I thought I see a sight, a tiny little tiny pig that sing with all its might. I thought you were a lady, I giggle, well I may. To my surprise the lady got up and flew away. The end.
Read both of your books. Are you planning on doing something else in the near future?
Well, I am writing, so I suppose I'll make it into a book.
Regards to songwriting, have you ever attempted to, or would you attempt to write anything on your own without Paul or with another writer?
Well, I've written many things without Paul before, for years. We've always written together and separately. Another writer I don't need, or George maybe, I'd write with him.
What do you do when you get an idea for a song? If you're driving down the street, you don't have your guitar with you at all times, or...
If I'm driving down the street, I can't afford to have ideas for songs. I've got to concentrate on driving. But you mean if it comes, like sometimes they come on the way home from somewhere or something, so I just sort of try and keep the bit in my head all the way home while people are talking. I'm going, trying to remember it.
I guess the most asked question of you on this tour had to be the Datebook magazine quote. I'm not going to go into that because I know you've heard plenty about it.
It's not that I've heard plenty, there's only a few answers or reasons I can give, and I've given them so many times.
I think it's a shame that you were quoted out of context like you were, and the idea wasn't presented as you had said it. I read the article myself about 7 times, and it makes sense when you read the article.
It does a bit more, even I doubted how much sense the whole article meant, because I'd forgotten it was that unimportant, it had been and gone. So I had to reread the whole article to make sure I wasn't, I hadn't said anything I didn't mean, properly. That I'd got lost.
What's the first thing you're going to do when you get back home?
Probably, I might kiss the wife when I get in, and then go to sleep.
Hello, everybody. This is the Beatles on Murray the K's Swinging Soiree Show.
John, could you please tell me something about your new movie, How to Win the War?
Pardon? Will you tell us something about your new movie?
Oh, I don't know anything about it except for I'm in it, and it's about the last World War.
I'd like to address a question to Paul McCartney. Would you confirm or deny the report of your marriage to Jane Asher in Seattle this evening?
Tonight, yeah.
What time and where?
Tonight, I can't tell you that now, can I? I can't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
That's a secret. We don't know people there, do we?
You are confirming the report?
No, I'm not really. It was just a joke. Who started this? Anyone know? Does anyone know? I just got in today and found out I was getting married tonight. No, she is not coming in tonight, as far as I know.
And if she does, we are going out tonight anyway, so we'll miss her.
I'd like to address this to any of the Beatles. Do you believe that you represent a different type of morality or a new type of morality than, say, a group like the Rolling Stones or the protest groups?
Are they a protest group? Since when?
No, or the protest group.
Or a protest.
Ah.
No, we don't. We don't represent anything like that. It's the circle that do that. Take a protest. Turn down day. You've heard that one, haven't you?
I'd like to ask
Folk song.
John Lennon a question, and I hope I get a chance to ask him a second one. This is sort of double-barreled. I'd like to know your motivation in this. Money. I'd like to think it's enjoyment, and I'd like to think you're having as much fun as you seem to be when you're doing it.
Well, when I look as though I'm having fun, I am. When I'm not usually. So
do I get another chance? One more chance? I had this little prediction, and in 25 years you're going to be a great writer. I'd like to talk to you about it sometime.
Well, I mean,
Too many
in
chances.
25 years then.
I'll make a date.
Okay.
See you, Penny Lane.
We'd like to address this question to anybody in the group. What about the next movie? There are a lot of stories Nothing's confirmed. Has there been anything decided?
Nothing.
Somebody gave us a good idea, so we told him to go and write it into a script. So we won't really be able to tell if we're going to make the film till we've read the script. And as he hasn't finished the script, we haven't read the script, so we won't know yet until about Christmas maybe. But if it is a good one and we like it, it'll probably start around about January or February or March or December.
I've got 3 questions if I can. For one, do you think that your music, the audience that your music attracts, has changed from, say, the 13 and 14-year-old group to more the college age? And if so, do you like it better that way?
I think he's probably got a bit older. I don't know how old, and it's nice.
Did you intend it that way?
No, we don't intend anything, you know. That's the trouble.
And also, Paul, since your rumors were denied, since you denied them, what are you doing after the show?
I don't know, marrying you probably.
How is the attendance on this tour compared to past American tours?
It's apparently been more people at the shows than there were last year.
Do you think that the so-called adverse publicity hurt or helped in this?
We've no idea, you know. We haven't been able to tell really because the press keeps saying, I see it's hurt you. And our managers keep saying it hasn't. So, who do we believe?
John and Paul, I'd like to know if all the songs that are said to be written by Lennon and McCartney are always written by both of you, or do you ever do one all by yourself?
No, we do them separately and together.
Your music used to be mostly composed of guitar backgrounds, and recently you've come around to strings and harpsichords and a lot of weird things like that. Is there any purpose in this evolution?
Yeah, no. Just to use something else besides guitars.
And because those things aren't it's not necessarily sort of coming round to them, like sort of giving into them. It's finding them again.
That's it, baby. The Beatles and the K, and we say God love you all. Thank you for joining the fan club, and we expect to be letting you hear from the Beatles and the K soon again. This took place in New York when George was doing my show as a DJ from his bed. He was suffering a cold, and he was in bed in his hotel room, and he was taking over my show via the beeper phone. Well, George, so far you're doing very well as a disc jockey.
Thanks.
And you got some pretty good sounds there. You got some things lined up pretty good.
Listen, Murray, you got your Beatles sweatshirt.
Yeah, I got my Beatles sweatshirt. Did you see it?
Yeah, well, get rid of that cuckoo one you had on last night.
You mean the submarine race watches?
That's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you want me to wear the Beatle one?
Yeah.
Will you wear the submarine race watches, and I'll wear the Beatles?
Yeah, I've got mine on now.
You got your submarine race watches?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's good. You keep your submarine race watches. That goes very good with your sweat socks, too.
Yeah,
you wear
they're
them.
all sweaty.
Yeah, I got news for you.
What?
You got to wear them with rat fink sweat socks. You see, you wear your submarine race watching shirt with rat fink sweat socks, and we'll wear our rat fink sweat socks with the Beatles sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Okay, we're cool now.
Okay.
How do they conduct shows in England? I mean, what kind of disc jockeys do you have over there?
Oh, well, they're great, but, it's sort of not as casual as in the States here.
It's sort of more...
And they wear ties, you see.
They wear ties. That's a drag, man.
Yeah, and you don't get any BBC disc jockeys with ski pants and funny hats.
Yeah, well, of course. Well, that's true. But do you think I'd do any good over there in England if I came over with my ski pants and my funny hat?
Yeah, you go great.
Yeah?
Mind you, we got a mad fellow over there called Jimmy Savile.
Jimmy Savile?
Yeah, and he carries a big bag of tricks around with him, and he's got bleached blonde hair.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd bleach my hair blonde, baby, but I'd carry around a bag of tricks. I don't mind that.
Travels around on a chariot.
On a chariot?
Yeah.
Well, that's snappy.
Yeah.
That's sporty, baby. Here we go around with a jag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I tell you fellas have got to learn something before you leave the States. If you really want to, go over with the girls, you don't ask, if a pretty girl walks by, you don't have to start a normal conversation. What you usually say when you see a pretty girl is... You think you could learn that, George?
Well, I think the girl would have gone by the time you finished saying that.
No, baby, that's why she knows that's what's happening. See, here in New York, that's the call of the submarine race watcher. That means that you're happening.
Hello, everybody. There's a Beatles on Murray the K swinging soiree show.
Ringo, Yellow Submarine, who does the voices in the background, sir?
Which voices, sir?
The voices of, you know,
John
19...
Paul are the other voices besides me. All the singing is all of us. I mean, all the, you know, the happy and new.
Right. I'm talking about the voices, you know, full speed ahead. Yeah.
That's John and Paul.
They're doing it all?
Myself, yes.
And yourself?
Yes.
Is that the most fun song you've sung as a Beatle?
Yeah, it was great, you know.
You think so?
It's strictly fun, yeah. I think the funniest one I've ever made. Well, it's up to you.
What do you do with your leisure time when you have it, if and when?
Well, we only have it in Britain, really. On tour. You're talking about this tour or when I'm home?
No, when you're home and when you have an hour's free time with nothing to do.
An hour's free time? You can't do... Well, I just sit around, play records, watch TV, do anything, walk in the garden, you know, feed the dogs. I just do anything, read the papers, you know.
You read very much?
Well, it depends. I do it in phases, you know. I'll have a phase for about 3 months where I won't stop. Then I'll lose a book. And then I'll, you know, just stop like that for a couple of months and then start again. It's just up and down like that. It's never steady, never constant, you know.
Have you found the fans on this tour to be less responsive than ever before on the previous two American tours?
No. The only place there's less responses is airports and places like that. Because, well, I hope, because they're wise enough, you know, because they never see us at airports or outside of places anymore. Because the police because they used to all be there, the police are so busy getting us in, and they're still getting us in now, and people aren't there really, you know, there's never that many.
Let me ask you about...
Because they've wised up, actually, that bit, and I think it's great.
Let me ask you about the incident in the Philippines.
Yeah?
If I may. What happened?
You can ask me what you like. Well, I don't know, you know. That's still a mystery to me. Just that we never heard, you know, we had an invitation to go to this luncheon or something, and we didn't hear about it. And everybody else arrived, and there was a TV station there filming everything, which they shouldn't have been doing anyway, so that was like a cheat. And, you know, then they just showed a half-hour show of everyone waiting around, and we didn't arrive, so, you know, we looked terrible. You know, it did look terrible, the show, but it was nothing to do with us. We didn't know anything about it. Then we got to the airport, and people started shouting and pushing us around, you know. And I didn't get kicked or anything like I read in a paper. I just got pushed around with everyone else. Alf is the only one who really, he's our road manager, who really got injured, you know, he had a bad back and everything.
I don't know if there's a Jolly Green Giant in England, fellows, but I come with good wishes from Vancouver in Canada. You played there a short while ago, and we were wondering whether all the fans here had a number of questions for me to ask you. One, are you coming back to Vancouver?
Maybe. Brian decides where we go, you know, so maybe.
All the people in Vancouver wanted to wish John a happy 4th anniversary a few days ago, John.
Well, you thank him, Jolly Green Giant.
And a question, George, where do you get your sitars? A friend of mine plays guitar. He wants to play a sitar as well as
where
you
do I get them, or where do
you get them?
Generally get them?
Where can people generally get a sitar?
India.
In India. I hear that you're the world's greatest sitar player. One word for Ringo. Ringo, I like to wish people happy birthdays. My birthday and your fan club president in Vancouver is on August the 4th, which is Maureen's birthday. We just, you know, like to tell her that we have a big cake for Maureen. And, of course, the Queen Mother's birthday is on that day also.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Paul, before you said that there are some songs you have to write. Could you explain what you mean by have to write?
No, I just said that in passing. I just meant that there was an LP due, and when an LP is due, we write songs. You know, we do it like that more than write all the time. We don't write all the time. We write more to order. You know, if we've got 14 tracks to fill, and we've got 14 songs to write, that's what I meant.
That's it, baby. The Beatles and the K. And we say, God love you all. Thank you for joining the fan club. And we expect to be letting you hear from the Beatles and the K soon again. The famous truth after the Walter Winchell story that Paul had been married, Paul and Murray the K on the telephone from England.
Hiya, Paul. How are you?
Okay, thanks, baby.
Everything happening, baby?
Well, yes, it is.
Well, listen. First of all, I want to tell you it's good speaking to you. I spoke to George earlier today, and of course, everybody here in the country is going absolutely ape. The girls have been screaming at the closed-circuit telecast yesterday. All I heard then when I walked out on stage is one question, and they won't be satisfied till I hear it from you. Are you married?
Me?
Yes.
No. I don't know how this story's got around, Murray, but I mean, you know, newspapermen have been asking me for sort of months here. It's completely untrue.
Right.
You know, it's completely, it's a lie, in fact.
And none of that jazz about you being married or the engagement or anything like that?
Nothing. I've got a girlfriend, that's all.
You got a girlfriend?
That's all.
That's fine.
I asked Paul what kind of girls the Beatles like best.
I think mainly most of us like girls with longish hair. You know, that seems to be something we've always liked anyway. We like quietish girls, but reasonably intelligent ones. You know, I can't stand girls who are sort of very stupid, you know, and do stupid things. That's just our taste, you know. We like girls to have a bit of intelligence. You know, not clever, but just a bit sensible. And actually, most of the people that write to us are like that anyway. I wish I could get to meet them all. Marvelous. Yeah, you know, that's generally what we like in girls. And good looks, of course.
Paul and Murray the K in Miami.
Well, I want to say goodbye to you. That's why I had you come over.
Where are you going, Murray?
I'm going back to New York.
You're not really, are you?
Yeah, really am. Unless you want to call...
The sun's blazing down.
Yeah, but you want to call up my station and say, man, now we've done exclusives for Wins. How about doing an exclusive for you and keep Murray the K down
here? Murray? What station was yours?
I don't know. How come you put me on when you put me on like you put me on?
I'm not putting you on when I put you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we would like to thank, you know, your station for really doing things for us. We really appreciate it. It's been marvellous.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you over in London. I think Brian may bring me over with a little gig over there.
It's great. I hope he does, you know.
And I'm looking forward. I'm really going to miss you.
Oh, well, Murray, babe. We're going to miss you, too.
We were next-door neighbours for a few days.
Yeah, we'll see you when you get to England, though, you know. Should have a good time. Excuse me, I'm out of breath. I've just been having a little swim.
You having a ball?
Yeah, great time.
Did you enjoy the boat ride?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that
fantastic.
Something? Okay, babe.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney of the Beatles. Goodbye,
see you,
buddy.
Murray. See.
Hello, everybody. This is the Beatles on Murray the K's Swinging Soiree Show.
On the set of Hard Day's Night in London, England.
We're out in the field where the boys are running around, Twickenham Studios. It's actually a location of a large field, and they're doing various shots. The boys falling down on the ground and the whole bit. John's going to a luncheon with muddy shoes. John, tell me, baby. Tell me. Hey, Ring.
What's happening, baby?
Everything's happening.
It's all happening. How are you doing?
All right.
It's cold, isn't it?
Yeah, a little cold here. That's the last thing you said to me in Miami. You just come there, I want to show you the people and the buildings.
Well, there's a lot of people there.
But
a lot
no
of grass. Never any sun over there.
Hey, it was a wild spot you took me to last night.
Yeah.
The ad lib.
Oh, don't talk to my head's still aching.
It was a wild night. Did you give George his album?
Yeah, I'll give him Annie, thanks you very much.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Back again. That's film business, you know.
The film.
That's John Merriman, you know.
Yes, I met
He's
John.
a good friend of ours.
All right, John. All right, Paul.
So how you doing this
radio looks?
That's right, that's right.
How are you doing anyway?
I'm doing good. Did you like the picture last night?
Yeah, great. Oh, very good. Seen it before, though.
Well, how come you went to see it again?
Well, you know, it was a good picture, wasn't it?
Yeah. I saw Ringo later after the thing, and
Yeah.
I tell you the truth, it's a shame that, really, that you fellas can't go anyplace. You know, there's just one club you go to all the time because you know that that's the only place that you're not going to get bothered. It's a shame.
Yeah, there's one or two others, but this is the current craze, you see, this one.
Oh, that's what's happening?
Yeah.
Do you,
Excuse me,
in the United States, we got to find some spots for you to come back to New York so you can go and won't have the same scene that happened over there. Because I was speaking...
How about the Empire States?
The top of it is it's a big club, baby. It's a tower. It's the Tower of Strength is right up there. You know, I'll tell you one thing. When you go out to the States this time, I think that it'd be smart to find a couple of spots. Jackie said she's got to find a couple of spots for you guys to go that you can really enjoy without, like we did with the yacht. You know, someplace you can go off by yourself and really enjoy.
Yeah.
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit, indeed.
In fact, we'd like to put you aboard a yacht. I got a special yacht for you, 3 miles off the coast. Have our own radio station and swing, and swing, babe. Everything is happening. Be swinging.
American guns trained on it.
That's right. Trained on Miami. I want to thank you for hitting me to these places to get the boots, and I went out and got myself some boots and.
Good boots, aren't they?
Yeah, and I got myself a couple of suits. I'll come back looking like a Beatle. £3.10. Little tips here and there.
I'm on commission.
Wait, have you made up your mind where you're going to go on vacation yet?
Well, yeah, I think actually I'll probably be going to Greece. I think so.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good place.
Now?
What? I'm not going yet.
Oh, I see. That's it, baby. The Beatles and the K, and we say God love you all. Thank you for joining the fan club, and we expect to be letting you hear from the Beatles and the K soon again. What you're about to hear happened in Miami. Ringo and I sitting on the beach, facing the water, and in a private section of a pool. And as we're making this conversation, there are about 1,000 people all gathered around and roped off by police watching us speak. Hey, Ring, I wanted to ask, you know, you have become like the favorite of the American crowd here. Is there any reason you think for it? Is there one thing that you think they shout to you or tell to you that has made you? Everybody wants to know, which one's Ringo? Which one's Ringo?
I don't know. I can't understand it, you know. I just don't get it. You know, I can't see why they're shouting for me.
Do you think it is the difference of the name, the fact that you...
It may be, because a lot of people remember Ringo, you know, because the name stands out. I just don't know.
Well, everybody asks, which one's Ringo? Well, 15 months ago, just to get the story straight, and a story that hasn't been told, and we've been kidding around and with what's happening and all that, but I'd like them to get to know what really happened, what really touched off the spark, and how you fitted into the picture. What were you doing, let's say, a year and a half, 2 years ago?
Well, I've been playing with groups now since about 1960, you know, just playing, getting money, you know, working, and I met the Beatles in Germany when I was there with another group, and we used to have to work 12 hours between the two groups, you know, and we got to know each other pretty well. And we all came back to England, and their drummer was sick, so they asked me would I sit in, you know, just for a day or so till he got better. And I said yeah, and then I did that, and then I went with another group again, you know, and they got him back. And then he was sick again, and they came and asked me, you know. So every time he was sick, they just used to come and ask me to sit in, which I used to love it, you know, because they were a much better group than the one I was with. And then we had this job at a holiday camp in England where, you know, you play for 3 months, which is supposed to be the season, but there's never very much sun. And Brian Epstein phoned me up and said, would you like to join the Beatles, you know? He said, well, he phoned me up on a Tuesday and said, would you join the Beatles? I said, yeah. He said, well, can you get home tonight? And I said, I can't leave the other group just like that, you know. Must give a bit of notice. So I said, I'll be there Saturday. And then I arrived Saturday. We had about 2 hours rehearsal, and then we played that night, and we've been playing ever since. This was in August 1962.
Baby.
Ringo Starr, what's happening, baby?
Everything's happening, baby. How is everyone over there?
Everybody is good, Ringo. Everyone is just great. I'm so delighted to hear from you. How was Australia?
Oh, it was good, you know.
Everybody was worried about you know, with that tonsillitis thing, but George got on and said that you were feeling okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'd like to thank everyone in the States for sending me telegrams and that, you know, saying get well soon. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, baby.
Ringo finally did it. And he tells you why, where, and how.
Ringo, what do you have to say to all the teenage girls who broke into tears yesterday when they heard the news?
I don't think there was that many, actually, you know. You know, everything seems to go fine. There's only sort of, you know, only a few that are going off the beds.
Where did you propose, Ringo?
In the Ad Lib Club.
In the early hours of the morning, Ringo.
No, well, yes, about 2 o'clock in the morning.
You weren't on bended knee?
No, I didn't. Sorry about that.
How did the honeymoon location leak out?
I don't know. I'm trying to find a fella. Does anyone know? No? Liars.
Is there any place in the world you feel you and Maureen could go when you want to be alone with her and walk outside freely? Where would that be?
I have no idea. Only Vietnam.
Hello, everybody. This is the Beatles. On Murray the K's Swinging Soiree Show.
What about Memphis? There was some talk earlier about you possibly recording an album there. Are you ever going to record an album in the United States?
Well, if the price comes down, we might.
What's the matter with the price?
Oh, I don't know. When we went there, I forget what it was, but it was some ridiculous price they wanted us to pay to record. I don't know if it was them or it was the people who wanted the royalties or something. But it's about 1,000 times what we pay in England, you know, and we just thought, forget it, you know, Memphis sound or not, we'll get the London sound. It's easier and cheaper.
Let me ask you one more thing, and I know you must be concerned about the rumors, Paul, that were going around about the marriage. There was quite a bit of rumor about it supposedly happening here in Seattle. What can you say about it?
I can say I'm not concerned in the least, man. Really. I mean, I've never been so unconcerned, because this is about the third year I've had this one. You know, and I mean, the first year I used to try and put people straight and say, I'm not married, you know, and all that business, but now, I mean, I just forget it, you know. I don't care if people think I'm like, you know, I've got 10 wives and divorced them all, you know. I'm not married.
What I was referring to was Seattle, here specifically. There had been a very definite rumor about it happening tonight. We had reports that Jane was flying in and a honeymoon suite was rented and everything, and I guess they were very grossly exaggerated. Did you hear anything about it prior to coming?
I mean, how can you exaggerate something that is never there? It's just not even there to be exaggerated on. It was just made up completely, but that's an occupational hazard with us. People just make things up about us.
George, I don't know if you'll remember it, but I'm one of the disc jockeys that called you last year on your birthday.
Did you?
In London, and you were in a recording session. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was not last year, was it?
This year, I'm sorry, in February this year.
Yeah, that's right. Hello.
You were in a recording session, and you couldn't hear us, and the connection was bad, and...
Yeah, that's right. Usually is at a recording session. What connections?
What were you recording in that session?
Oh, I've no idea at all. It must have been Revolver.
Was it Revolver?
No, not Revolver. It must have been Rubber Soul, was it?
No, probably yesterday and today.
Well, yesterday and today wasn't. We never actually recorded that.
Just a combination of singles.
This is Rubber Soul, Revolver, and all the old ones stuck together on an album.
Still have the supermarket?
Well, we don't have it. I don't have it.
You own it, though, right?
Well, we bought it, but it's this other fellow who's running it, and sort of it's for him, you know. It's nothing to do with us, really.
It's always nice to talk to a fellow Pisces. My birthday's February 26th, the day after yours, and it's I often wondered if the same things will happen to me, you know, that have happened to you in your lifetime. Did you ever believe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, that this was going to happen this way?
No, I never thought about it. You know, we never expected anything, really. And so, it's just magic. It just happened.
How much writing are you doing now? I know you have a couple of cuts on the Revolver album. Are you devoting a little more time to your writing?
Not really, no. I'd like to write more, but I probably won't do any more writing until we need another album, and then I'll start writing then. But I may write more after this tour. I don't know. It depends. But you don't get round to picking up your guitar once you're off stage when you're on a tour, because it's travelling. Now, there's not much time to sit and relax, so you don't tend to write many songs touring.
Ideas for songs must come at like 3 in the morning or driving down the street in a car or something. What do you do if you get an idea? I mean, if like you don't have your guitar right with you at all times, you stop, write it down?
In my head. You can't write it down, really, unless you're a musician and you can write down music notation, but you just keep it in your head. I've got a tape recorder in the car as well, so you can sort of sing onto that and then work on it when you go home.
That's it, baby. The Beatles and the K, and we say God love you all. Thank you for joining the fan club, and we expect to be letting you hear from the Beatles and the K soon again.